What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm updating the background yet again. I'm ever evolving, doing everything I can to try to keep things updated, lively, and just bring you the best content that I can. And as you guys know, I have a little bit of an obsession with fragrance. I love doing what I do. I love smelling good. I love telling you guys how to smell good. But there's one thing that I don't really talk about that much, and I feel like it needs to be talked about today. Fragrances that I do not like. I do have a few of those in my collection. Why have I not given them away? Well, simply for what I'm about to do right now, so that I can bring you some really cool content. I can remind myself why I hate them, and sometimes I pray that maybe my mind will be changed on some of these things. But we're going to talk about 7 fragrances that I do not like, I would push aside, and some of them I hate more than anything in this world. This is going to be painful. Now, before I start this video, I do want to say that just because I don't like these fragrances, it doesn't mean that you can't like them. I absolutely respect some of these fragrances because they do have their parts to play in the fragrance world. But as far as I go, I just don't care for them. So keep in mind that these are just my opinions, okay? First off, we're going to go to the house of Banana Republic. They have a good line of fragrances from the Set Sail line, Set Sail St. Martinique, St. Kitts, St. Bart's. All of these are really good, but they released one that I didn't really like in this line. It was Tommy Bahama Very Cool. Now, it's not an inoffensive fragrance. It's not something that smells like, butthole or anything like that. But what it does, it's not a cool scent to me. Like, it doesn't have like a chilling sensation like with some mint or some ginger, something that I'd equate that to. More along the lines, it's a little bit synthetic. It does carry a little bit of an aquatic feel, but it kind of feels like when you're studying for a test, or when you're taking a test and you realize that time's running out for you to submit it. So the last 20 questions, you fill in C, hoping to get the right answer on your test. That's kind of what this feels like. It's just a rushed job. The projection is not very good. The longevity, as it's an eau de cologne, so keep that in mind. The longevity is not all that hot as well. So there's a reason this isn't very popular, but you will find it in the discount stores like TJ Maxx and Ross for about $20. So I would pass on this. I'm glad I have it in the collection because it does complete the collection of the Set Sail line that I have. But yeah, I'll pass on this one. So the next fragrance I'm going to go over is another inexpensive designer fragrance that a lot of people do like to hate on. Some people really enjoy it. From Versace, it is Versace Blue Jeans. So I have a love-hate relationship with this fragrance because I do understand that it is a good fragrance for teenagers. It's especially good as a casual fragrance for middle schoolers, some high schoolers, if you want to wear just to smell good. But it's not really anything spectacular. It's got some citrusy notes. It's got a couple of floral notes in there. Some people equate it to smelling a little bit like some type of a soft drink or a soda. But yeah, it's an unusual scent profile to me. It just doesn't speak to me. I'll put it that way. I sit here and try to think of the words to say. Sometimes I just need to go and say it doesn't fit for me. But the price is right. $25, $30. It is very popular amongst some people, but like I said, it's just not my cup of tea. You can find these at Ross, TJ Maxx. You can find them online. It's inexpensive. It does last a decent amount of time. So, use your judgment call. I would say go on Fragrantica.com. That's where I do all of my research for my notes. What you were smelling in a fragrance. See what this one smells like and make your own decision. Now, let's go on to fragrance number 3. This is, I'm getting a little bit further down the line. This is a fragrance released by Dolce Gabbana a couple of years ago that I thought was a complete miss, and a lot of people in the community did too. It is Dolce Gabbana K Eau de Toilette. Now, first off, I think this is just a gaudy presentation, man. This this crown cap right here, why? Okay, Dolce Gabbana, why? I know you're a multi-million-dollar company, and I've got, you know, less than $500 at the moment on YouTube, but, you know, take it from me, this just looks stupid. But as far as the fragrance goes, I'm getting off on a tangent. As far as the fragrance goes, this is meant to be a spring and summer fragrance, but I'm getting, it's kind of giving me the vibe when I spray this, and I do still wear this from time to time because, like I said, I like to try to remind myself why I dislike it, or I even try to see, you know, maybe my mind will change. It hasn't quite yet, but it has a little bit of a beachy aquatic feel along with a spring floral. It's like an aquatic version of Mont Blanc Individual or Burberry Touch. It's a little bit out there. The performance is not all that great on it, and it's overpriced for what it is. The Eau de Parfum version of this does save it, okay? If you guys ever get the chance to go and try out the Dolce Gabbana K at like Ulta or Sephora, then be sure you try the Dolce & Gabbana Eau de Parfum version of this one. It's a little bit too expensive for the performance on it, and you know, the scent profile is just nothing to write home about. It's nothing to be excited about. It's just generic to me. So I think this was a miss for Dolce & Gabbana. I do like their fragrances, not this one. All right, moving right along for the House of Givenchy, okay? So a lot of people ask me about this fragrance. What are your thoughts on this? And this is another, I think, love it or hate it. I think more people actually like this than I do, okay? This is, you know, so please know that I'm probably gonna name it and you're probably gonna say, oh, I think that's pretty decent. That's okay, I understand the sentiment. It is Givenchy Pie. That's right, this weird looking pyramid bottle with this lock looking thing up here. I do really despise this bottle as well, but Givenchy Pie, this is meant to be sort of a mature vanilla scent. It's definitely going to be a cold weather type of fragrance. It's not too terribly expensive as far as designer fragrances go, but it's not all that cheap either. You know, $60, $70, $80 if you find it online. You pay retail, obviously it's going to be a little bit more, but this is definitely some vanilla, but it's also got a couple of other subtle notes in there. I think some subtle woody notes, maybe like a dry almond note that kind of gives it a little bit of a powdery feel. This is meant to be more of a mature vanilla scent, but in terms of scent profile to me, like I said, not unpleasant, but it's a miss. I got that right up my nose, man. What the hell am I doing? Oh, sorry about that. But this just doesn't feel like it fits to me. I feel like this smells like a cheaper fragrance. I think if the price point on this were around $30 or $40, I would be more okay with it. But being Givenchy, it's going to be a little bit higher up there. But this just smells like it's supposed to be a budget-friendly fragrance. It doesn't smell like it's supposed to be high-end as they have marketed this. So if you're a teenager, I think you would really like this. If you're a younger adult, I think you would kind of like this. It's going to lean a little bit more romantic than it is going to be like a fun night out type scent. But when you smell this, you're going to kind of, I feel like you probably will get that sense of, it seems like it doesn't really make sense for its price, to its projection, to its performance, and all that stuff. So overpriced. I think this is just a little bit cheaper smelling. So last three, we've got three more to go, and this one is going to be one of the most popular lines in the designer market. And to be honest, this one once again is not so much of a bad scent, but I think it was absolutely marketed incorrectly. It is from Paco Rabanne, the 1 Million line, but this is the 1 Million Parfum. So the 1 Million line is known for being a little bit, spicier, smelling sweeter, and kind of going for that fall winter vibe with the Lucky, with the 1 Million OG, with the Elixir, even the Gourmand, the discontinued gem of a fragrance, the 1 Million Prive, got that gourmandy type feel. This one right here, it kind of goes for spring and summertime, and it's got kind of a tuberose white floral type of scent. It's very sweet with a tad bit of spice in there as well. Not unpleasant at all. I still wear this from time to time, but the thing is, I don't feel like this is supposed to be one of the 1 million fragrances. Okay, it doesn't fit. If they would have put this fragrance and marketed this as the Paco Rabanne Phantom, which I will never have because I don't want that robot staring at me in the night, okay? I don't trust it. But if they would have put this fragrance into the 1 million Phantom bottle, I would be more apt to purchase it there. Or if they would have marketed this as its own release, it would make more sense and I would definitely say buy it. But in terms of the entire 1 million line, I think this one is one that you probably should skip if you're looking to stay in the fall and wintertime fragrance. But projections there, the longevity's there, the price, it's fair, but mismarketed all over the place. The 1 million Parfum. Last two, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I hate these fragrances so much. I think they smell absolutely terrible. Number one, this is actually pretty popular overseas. It is a pretty classic fragrance. It is an affordable fragrance as well. It is Jupe Ohm. I don't think, is it Jupe or Youpe? The soft J or whatever. I really do dislike this fragrance. It's supposed to have some spicy, sweet notes like cinnamon and so on, but what it smells like to me, this is the way I describe this smell. It smells like if you were to take an entire bottle of cough medicine, pour it into some baby powder, and you kind of mix it up. If you force feed that to your cat, and then pick your cat up, turn its ass straight towards your neck and let it piss all over you, that's what Jupe Ohm smells like. It is cherry cough syrup baby powder cat piss. That's this. I'm exaggerating on the cat piss thing, I know, but that's just how much I hate it. The bottle doesn't cost that much money, but it will last you for about 3.5 years on 2 sprays. The projection, I can spray this and they will smell it on the International Space Station. This is a very, very powerful fragrance, but for me, it is a big, big miss. And I say a big miss, it's just garbage, okay? It is absolute garbage. I don't like it. I'm not gonna hate on anybody that does like it, okay? Because I do respect its place in the fragrance world. I just wish it didn't exist ever again. I'll go ahead and say it. All right, let the hate flow in the comments. That's okay. I don't mind any hate in the comments. It does help with my interaction and the algorithm. Now, finally, this is a relic from the 80s. I hate this fragrance so much, and I crap on this fragrance as much as I feel like it craps on me whenever I spray it. I'll just get into it. It is YSL Puros. So a lot of big-time influencers from from Gent Scents to Mr. Smelly to School of Scents, they really enjoy this because it does take a real man to kind of pull this off. It's very animalic. It's very kind of almost. Let me put it this way. One of the notes is civet. And if you look on Fragrantica at the description of civet, civet is oils extracted from the anal glands of a wild cat. That's right. This one actually does smell a little bit like cat turds. And it is god-awful. I cannot ever see myself wearing this in any situation whatsoever. I know that fragrance is supposed to be subjective, and I respect anybody else's opinion on it, but I don't see this being something I would wear in public because I would gross so many people out. This is not going to pull compliments. This is not going to pull ladies. It's not even going to pull guys, okay? You're going to be pretty much by yourself, okay? YSL Puros, it is the bane of my existence. And there we go. So I know this video didn't carry much as far as information about notes and everything. This is just me wanting to put out some raw, unfiltered Jesse about some of these fragrances and why I have chosen to kind of distance myself from some of these at some points. But like I said, fragrance is subjective, and you may absolutely like these things, and I will respect your opinion on these fragrances. I have no problem with you liking these or disagreeing with any of my views, okay? So I hope everybody still loves me after this. Please like and subscribe. I would love to communicate with you more. Follow me on my other accounts, and please consider donating and shopping from my affiliate links below. I would love to get this fragrance channel funded a little bit more. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see you again. Take care of yourselves.